right, guys, welcome in. This is total body fitness beginner style, meaning that it's not easy. It just means that we're going to go a little slower, do a little more description. Most people that come to this class have some ailment: foot, knee, hip, back, shoulder, neck, elbow, wrist, hand, whatever it might be. Maybe it's all of them. Maybe it's all of them. And so we'll talk a little bit about some modifications and what you can do. So let's get started with some shoulder rolls. By the way, did I say my name? My name is Stephanie, if I didn't say it already. Stephanie. That's okay. All right, then we're going to warm up the feet, bending the right knee. You're going to lift the heel, getting a stretch in the bottom of the foot, and then switch the other side and lift and switch, alternating at your pace. Good. Then we're going to bring the arms out to a T. We're going to take the palms up and then the palms back and down, just like so. Then we're going to take the palms up. We're going to slowly bring the hands forward, touch the pinkies together, and then open back up, and then go again. Squeeze in and open up. A little warm up here. One more time. And lower the arms down. You're going to bring your chin to your chest. Slight roll to the right. Slight roll to the left. Slight roll to the right. Slight roll to the left. Coming back to center, chin up, turn your head to the right, hold here, and switch. And release. All right, we're gonna do little bitty squats. So bring your feet about shoulder width apart, and you're just gonna bend the knees a little bit. Little pulses here, saying, hey, wait, yeah, knees work. Make sure there's no discomfort. Okay, the other thing you want to look for is you want to see that your knees are tracking right towards the center of your toes, not letting them roll in and not pushing too far open, tracking in. Now, I want to turn a little bit here to the side so that you can also get a little gauge here. So instead of bending the knees and sending the hips forward, that's actually going to put a lot more pressure onto the knees. If I bend the knees but take my butt backwards, creating a hinge, that's going to actually allow me to go deeper, because now I'm going to start working more of this part of the leg and less in the kneecap itself, okay? So let's see what we can do with that. Think booty back, a little bend, and then go as low that you know you can go without having any issues, and then come on up. 10 more. Good. So sometimes that's enough to think about, but if you're already a kind of a pro squatter, the next thing you're going to start working on is the breath work. So you're going to inhale and exhale as you push up. Inhale and pushing up, because that's where most of the force is right there. Getting up's the hardest part, right? Right. Couple more. Did I say 10? Did I do, what number are we on? 5. I think we've done 10, but I like her counting. 4 more. 3 more. 2 more. And 1 more. So you should have also felt a little bit of heavy breathing, a little bit of cardio. If not, just do 10 more and maybe go a little bit lower, maybe a little quicker. That will start to help get you some heat. Take a side stretch. So you're going to bring your right arm up. You're going to bring your left hand to your hip, and you're going to slightly bend over. Should feel a good stretch right through the side. And then change. Other side. Left arm up, reaching over. And going again. Right arm up. Side stretch. And switching. Side stretch. All right, high knees. So you're going to pick right knee up, lift it up as high as you can, and then change. High as you can. Now, when we're doing this, we're going to try not to round down like that. Not yet. We're going to stay nice and tall through the spine. The higher, the better. So you're working your hip flexors here, but the other thing that's happening is once you get past 90 degrees, the psoas muscle has to work a lot harder. It's really going to start to kick in at that point. Your psoas muscle is the one muscle in your body that connects your lower lumbar to your femur, which is your leg bone. Okay, so sometimes psoas is weak or short or tight, and it will cause back pain. What we're doing here is strengthening it. Okay. Turning this into a hip circle, bring the leg across the body, lift it up as high as you can and circle. You can keep the knee bent, creating a giant hip circle. If you need to hold on to the wall or bar, there's plenty of room up here. You can hold on for balance. The idea is that we're trying to get the biggest range over to the side, up high, out to the side, and controlled. Of course, fingertip is best, right? If you're holding on, try not to grip on, because we're trying to work the core and the foot. Your ankle is working, stabilizing, creating better balance, all those goodies. All righty, take a breather from that. Bring your feet just underneath you. Double check your toes are straight across and straight forward. We're going to stand up tall, belly in, knees slightly flexed. We're going to bring the hands out to the side, palms up. We're going to reach out and in, out and in, out and in, out and in. We're warming up the biceps because our next exercise is going to be a bicep curl with your weights. You do this about 20 times, maybe even 10 times. You'll start to feel it right there. And out and in. A little quicker if you don't feel it yet. Quicker, quicker. Yes. So if your hands are out slightly in front of you, like I've got mine, it's going to be more in the bicep and the front part of the shoulder. But if I now said, let's relax for a minute, we're going to do the same thing again, but now we're going to squeeze the shoulder blades together, bringing the hands behind. We're going to pull the elbows behind, squeezing the shoulder blades. I'm going to extend and squeeze now my upper back muscles. Upper back muscles squeeze and squeeze and squeeze. So now my hands are more behind me and less in front of me. Still going to feel it in those biceps because you've got constant tension right there in that part of your arm. Anybody feel it? Yeah, okay, just making sure. I sometimes think it's just me. Everybody looks like, oh, yeah, this easy. It's no problem. I got no issues. And I'm going, ah. And relax, shake them out. Grab your weights. Let's do some bicep curls. Now you got those, you got blood flowing in it. Okay. That should make this next thing just work like a charm. All right. So palms are forward, knees are bent, stomach is strong. And I always say the stomach is strong, and some people go, I don't understand what that means. Pretend you're doing, you know what a fake laugh is? Right? Fake laugh. Fake, come on. Right? You'll feel your stomach tighten up a little bit, right? I'm not sucking in. I'm just got my core braced, and you can kind of think of it as a fake laugh. And then here we go. Pull. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Nice job. Take a breather. We're going to do another set of 10. Now, if that was really easy for you, you can more than go help yourself. There's some 8s in there, there's 10s in there, there's 12s in there. Go ahead and amp it up. If you had too heavy of weights, you can always put your heavy weights down and drop it down to something a little lighter. All right, you can also do fewer reps, right? So if you get to 8, you go, can't do any more because if I do one more, I'm going to bust something. Don't do any more. Don't force yourself to get through it just because I'm counting to 10. Palms come forward. Elbows stay tucked in. And here we go. 1, 2, you know what that meant, right? 3. Breathing 4. So you're breathing out when you're pulling. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Nice job. So the reason for the brace core is we just want to not lean back, okay? We don't want that happening because that's just putting strain in your back and you're just lifting either too heavy or something. So if anything, you're kind of bent forward a little bit and pulling versus like that, okay? So you're gonna put these down, you're gonna get your resistance band, the cute little yellow thing I gave you. Okay, so we're gonna grab a hold of the band and we're gonna push it open to a T like this, okay? Arms are gonna be straight. And if wherever you're holding it, it might be too tight or too loose. So if I've got it too tight, my hands are in, I'm gonna try to open and I can't get it any further past this. I wanna be able to get it to where the thing hits me in the chest, but it's also not so light. So if I have my arms like this, and I start with that much gap and I go like this, I don't feel nothing, right? It's too loose. So it's playing with it, trying to figure out what's gonna be the right amount for you. Now, when I open up my arms, I'm also gonna try to pull the shoulder blades down to my hips and I'm squeezing there. So this is not too terribly hard of a band, but that doesn't mean that you can't squeeze I'm pulling out and I'm squeezing the shoulder blades down, pulling the shoulders away from my ears, tightening up the muscles myself. I don't even need this. I could do the same action with my own body, squeezing these upper back muscles by pulling the shoulder blades together and down towards my hip pockets. This just kind of helps you get there. The arms straight ideally, okay? Straight and squeezing. Feel the shoulder blades squeeze together and down the back into your hip pockets. Holding here. Hold that squeeze, feeling the upper back burn and work. Arms are straight if you can. And then we're going to release a little bit and go again. Squeeze, push, and release. You're going to breathe out, push, inhale, and exhale, upper back. Yes, indeed. Also working those shoulders, squeeze. Yes, and squeeze. You guys feeling stuff? If not, I can get you a harder bend, but I'm pretty much good here. Couple more. Arms straight. That way we make it about the shoulder blades and less than the triceps. Okay, that's a whole nother exercise. And release. Nice job. Now you're going to grab a hold with your right hand right in the middle, letting the two things dangle. Okay, you're going to grab the ends with the left hand fairly close. With your right hand, you're going to punch forward like you're punching somebody. Depends on how tall you are. If you're tall, you're going to punch me in the nose. If you're short, you're probably still punching me in the nose. So you're going to push it forward. You're going to grab a hold with the left hand and you're going to pull back. Once again, now I'm trying to get the elbow back. I'm squeezing the shoulder blade back. We're doing still more upper back shoulder blade work. This arm is going to stay strong punching forward. You want to have your arm, the left arm, lower and not up high. We're going to go low. Yes. Holding this. Try to keep your chest straight forward at me. Turn your feet. Yep. And then you're pulling a little bit lower. Palm up. Yeah. Just feel that shoulder blade pull back. The other one is expanding. Okay, from here, we're going to pulse it out. So pulse 1, pulse 2, pulse 3, pulse 4, pulse 5, pulse 6. The right arm stays steady. 8, 9, and 10. Nice. Change sides. Yeah, I know it, right? Upper traps, working the lats, working the back of the arms, all this stuff here. Left arm, grabbing where you can. So you've got enough tension, shoulders down. Pull the shoulders down and hold. Smile and hold. Smiling makes everything better. At least that's the psychology. You go sad face. Makes everything not so happy. Let's pulse it here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Excellent work. We're going to come back to the weights. We're going to give this a break. All right, this time we're going to bicep curl, but we're going to bring them out to the side. So the first ones we did straight up forward. Okay, now we're going to bring the hands out to the side. Elbows are still tucked in, and we're going to pull up out to the side. We're going to go ahead and do the traditional outside bicep curl where you got the fingernails facing in towards your body. You'll notice in some of my arms classes, I'll have you turn the palms this way. That's just a little bit more challenging. So turning the palm inward towards your face, keeping the fingernails towards you the whole time will make it harder. Take a breather. Okay, next up we're going to do is a balance on one leg. So you're going to lift one leg up as high as you can, and you're going to bicep curl 5 times. See if you can make 5 of them happen, balancing on one leg. Once you get with your 5, then you're going to do the other leg up and 5 curls, trying to balance. So the slower, the better. That way you can work on the balance and move something. Moving and doing. Nice. Okay, from here, we're going to do an overhead press. So you're going to bring the weights to the shoulders, feet shoulder width apart, engaged core. You're going to take a breath in. On your exhale, you're going to press the arms up over the head. Now you want to watch that the shoulders don't come up like that and you squeeze your ears. You want to keep them down. If you have difficulties with this because you've got an impingement, maybe you do this with no weights and you just get to that point. Or maybe you do it with weights and you stop way short. Okay, so you've got to find what works for you. You can keep the fingernails facing inward. You can turn the fingernails to face the front. You got to do what's right in your shoulders for your situation. Couple more. And last one. Nice job. Put your weights down. We're going to get back into the legs again. So now we're going to go into a wide stance, turning the toes out into what's called the second position. So your toes turn out. You're going to bend the knees. Watch that your knees don't roll forward. You want to keep pushing them out. So if that means that you can't go any further down, that's okay. But we're going to try to go low and then stand up. Okay. Keep pushing the knees, tracking towards the toes. Don't let them fall inward. Keep them pushing backwards and straighten. There you go. Here we go. Down and up. 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 And down and up. This time we're going to go down and hold it down, hanging out. Relax those arms, right? We work those arms, let that all relax. Wiggle your toes, lifting right toe, left toe, wiggle, wiggles. So now you're working your shins, doing right, left, pull them up, right, left. Pull up those toes. Toes come up. That's right. If you stay down in those knees, toes come up. Feel the shins work. And release. Stand up, straighten the legs, squeeze your tush. You need to put your hands back there, it's okay. You're allowed to feel your bum squeeze, right? Hold the squeeze, pull the belly button in, arms come open. Squeezing the bum, pull the belly in. We're going to do a slow twist to the right, turning to the right. Try to keep your hips and your legs still in the same position. Don't let them bend. Don't let the hips turn. wringing out your organs here, butt squeeze. And then come through center, other side, butt squeeze, organ squeeze, twist. Coming back to center, we're going to take a stretch. So turn the toes forward, soften the knees, and we're going to bring the hands down to the floor. This would be if you need blocks, you can bring the blocks underneath your hands if you know you've got super tight hamstrings. You want your legs somewhat soft though, a little bit of bend in those knees. Take some of the tension out. And slowly roll back up. Nice, shoulder rolls. Okay, we're going to do that forward fold again, but now we're going to turn the toes out and we're going to bend the knees getting into that deep squat. So hands come down and bend your knees like you're squatting down, flat back. You're just holding here. Hands are down, butt is low, knees are bent, open wide. Maybe you can even get those hips low. How low can you go? Nice. Straighten the legs, turn your toes back forward and roll back up to standing. Nice, shake out the legs. Yeah, that's right. The lower you go, the more you're strengthening through that hip joint and knee joint and inner thighs and all that business. And it's really intense, yeah? Yeah, we love it. All right, you're gonna grab your resistance band one more time, standing. You're gonna double it up. Where did I put the bag? Did I hang it up? I'm a dork. Is it? Yes, there it is. There it is. I usually leave it out. I put it away. All right, we are going to do rotator cuff work. So you're going to bring the elbows tucked in. Palms are going to be up. I like to double it up, but have a little gap in the middle. You want to be able to push open the hands as far as you can without as far as you can, and release. If you don't know how far you can do it, just put the strap here for a minute. Put your hands in this position and rotate them open. You see my elbow is still attached. I'm not opening the arms away from the body, but you see how far I can rotate my arms? It's a lot. Okay, it's probably more than most, but I want to try to get there with the band. If I have my band too tight, right, and I only get there, I'm actually doing myself a disservice. Yeah, I'm working it, but I'm not getting to that full range, which is what I can do here. So I got to experiment once again, see where I'm at, and then get the right level so that I feel like it's pretty challenging without letting the shoulders come up, head is up, without leaning back, without the elbows coming out. Okay, here we go. Push it open and push it open. You're creating an external rotation. Should be feeling this big time in your arms. Maybe you'll feel it in your upper back. If it's too much, if it's too challenging, just drop down one side and go to a single band. Okay, doubling it up it doubles it up, makes it twice as hard. 4, 3, 2, and 1. You're going to put your band down, and here we go, slider time. Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to just roll my mouth up a little bit so I don't get too far away from the old computer. Okay, so you're going to stand on your right foot and you're going to take the slider onto the left foot, point it forward. You're going to stand up tall, belly strong, arms where you need them. If you need to hold on to something for balance, please do. You're going to sweep the leg behind you with the leg straight, squeeze the tushy at the back side, and then bring it back forward. Sweep and bring it back forward. Sweep and forward. Sweep and forward. Sweep and forward. 5 more. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Switch your legs. Now sweeping, squeezing, starting off nice and slow, control. Make sure you get a good squeeze of the rear when you bring the leg behind you, trying to keep your shoulders square and parallel to the front. Making a little half circle here. We have 5 more. Okay, going back to your starting leg, you're going to bring the slider behind you. We're going to work on a single leg squat. So you're just going to start to bend your leg, the front leg, the one you're standing on, the back leg can stay straight, and then rise up. Now, when you do this, you want to hinge forward a little bit, take your bum backwards, bend the knee a little ways, let that slider slide forward and back. Okay? See if you make 5 happen. The lower, the harder, right? The lower I go down, the slower I go, the harder it is. You got to go to your level though, based on your knees and your hips and your spine, your core. And let's change legs. Nice and slow, going low, using that front leg, front hip. Four more. 3, 2, and 1. All right, we're going to come down onto the mat now. Going to make your way to hands and knees. So your hands are going to be stacked underneath your shoulders, and your knees are going to be underneath your hips. Going to curl your toes under. You're going to lift your hips up to down dog. So strong arms, strong legs, strong core, press up, lift your hips up. And then you're going to slowly come back down as slow as possible, lowering the knees, bending the knees, taking your time. Good, let's go again. Strong, press, lift. This takes core strength, shoulder strength, thigh strength, and then slowly lower back down. Great. Now I want you to take a peek real quick at me. So when you're in your starting position, watch that you're not letting your head drop down like this. We're going to lift it up. Strong core, strong lift, and then my head is going to eventually kind of stay in line with my spine. The idea is that my spine stays flat, even if I've got to compromise by bending my knees. And then I'm going to bring it back forward, lifting the back of the head towards the ceiling as I lower down. Okay, couple more. Let me watch. Keeping that head in line with the spine. Yeah. Couple more. One more. Nice. Woo-wee. All right, coming up onto your knees if this is going to work for you. You're going to curl your toes down and under. You're just going to squeeze your tushy and reach the arms forward. Tighten up the abs. Cobra. Right? Tighten them up. Squeeze the tush. And this might be all you do. Okay? What you're doing here is you are strengthening the thigh and the glute in a very lengthened state. If you have the strength, you can lean back, but you got to keep yourself stiff as a board. As you lean back, it's going to stretch the thighs. It's going to make these thighs even more strong because now you're strengthening and lengthen instead of bending. Okay, so going as far back as you can go, strong core, squeeze tush, and come back up. Should feel it quite a bit here, and quite a bit here, and a little bit here. This is great for knees. This is great for core. Great for the thigh strength. Nice job. One more. Excellent. Ooh, take a breather. You're gonna come down into your side because I'm a Chiquita banana girl. It's probably one of my favorite things to do is the banana. So roll onto whichever side that you need to be so you can see me. Your objective here is to come all the way down onto the shoulder, not propped up, okay? You can place the hand here just to support your head, but we're gonna actually lift the head up off the hand. Your feet are together and legs are straight. Feel like you got a straight line from your head down to your feet. This top arm, whichever arm it is gonna come down onto the mat. You're gonna roll slightly forward. Feel the pressure in the arm. You're gonna use that arm a little bit to lift your legs, lift your head, squeezing right here. So my legs are coming up, my head's coming up, but don't roll back, right? Rolling back would do this. We're gonna stay on the side and lift, trying to squeeze my lower back muscles here as well as into the sides. Hanging out, just having fun. You could get your tan this way, guys. You know, instead of laying on your back, right? You can lay on your side. That way you have an even tan on the sides of you, not just the front of your legs. Just, you know, in case. And relax. Pull the knees into the chest really tight. And then we're gonna do a spinal twist. So the back of your head's gonna come to the mat and then open the arms. So the arms can be down by your hips. They can be on your body. They can be out to a T. They can be over your head. You don't have to worry about getting your shoulder down. It can stay lifted. You're just trying to get the back of the head onto the mat. That's step one. And breathe. And then slowly roll back up onto your side. And then we're going to make our way to the other side. So if you want to sit up so that you can sweep the legs around to the other side. Starting in pencil shape, stacking everything on top of each other, straight line, head to feet. Top arm is going to come down onto the floor right in front of your chest. You're going to roll forward, putting a little pressure into that arm. You're going to lift your head and lift your feet and squeeze and hold the side oblique. So watch that you're not rolling backwards. We want to stay rolling forward onto that side hip. That way we're getting more into our lower back muscles and less in the front abs. Even if all you do is lift the top leg and keep the other leg down, you're at the starting point. Eventually, both legs. So many people focus on sit-ups and crunches and things like that, and they don't do this one. Deep breathing, you're halfway there. Holding and breathing, head lifting, you're strengthening the side of your neck. And rest. Nice job. Bend your knees, pull them into your chest. And then you're going to bring the back of your head to the mat for a spinal twist. So the purpose of that was to really engage and strengthen those muscles on your sideways to fatigue. It create a lot of blood flow, and that way when you get into this position, it will allow you to relax as best as possible. It's like creating exhaustion before the stretch. And then come back onto your side and onto your back. Knees are going to be bent. Feet on the floor, hip width distance apart. Your arms will be down by your sides. We're going to press the lower back into the mat. Squeeze the tushy and lift your hips 2 inches off the floor. And lower down. Draw your knees into your chest. Let's repeat that. Feet down, press the lower back, squeeze your tush, lift your hips, keep your abs engaged, and lower down. Happy baby. Knees come in, but they're going to go really wide. Your feet are going to go up towards the ceiling, but the knees are bent a whole lot. You can hold on to your thighs, you can hold on to your toes. Dead bug. You're going to bring your knees and stack them over your hips. Flex your feet. Reach the arms up to the ceiling. Now there's many different ways to do the dead bug. A lot of people cue pressing the lower back into the mat, creating a pelvic tilt. That is great for stenosis. But if you have herniated disc, maybe just keeping a neutral, a slight arch in the back, but you still want to feel like your core is working. So I'm not going to relax my belly and let my back arch. I'm going to tighten it up, but not so hard that I'm pressing. Okay. I'm just going to hold here. Head is down, back of the head to the mat. If you don't feel it, take your knees further away from you. Okay, further away, keeping that engagement. We're holding this isometric for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release. All right, windshield wipers. Bringing the feet wide off your mat, knees are bent. You're going to gently roll the knees towards the right. Your left knee is moving towards the foot of the mat away from you. You should be feeling a slight stretch through the front thigh, the left thigh, and maybe a little bit into your abdomen. You can also take your arms out to the side or up over your head, whichever feels good to you to increase the stretch. And then slowly come to center. And then going to the other side, your left knee is moving out to the left and your right knee is going towards the foot of the mat, away from you. Looking for a stretch in the front thigh. This is not a spinal twist. We're doing an internal rotation of your right thigh bone, femur bone, creating a stretch through that leg and a little bit into your abdomen. Slowly coming back to center, one more time to the right. You can turn your head to the left now and getting a little bit into the neck stretch. And then bringing your head back to center, bring the legs through center. Legs will move to the left. And then a slight turn of the head to the right. Coming back to center, heel toe your feet together and draw your knees into your chest together. Wrap your arms best you can on top of your legs. Now, if you've got bad knees and that bothers you, you can go underneath on the hamstring area. You're looking to get the back of the head on the mat with the entire spine flat, including your tailbone. So if your tailbone is lifted up, see if you can release a little bit of tension to get the tailbone down, as well as your spine, as well as the back of your head. Okay. And slowly release the legs, extend the legs out onto the mat, straight. This is final resting pose, Shavasana. Just doing a little bit of breathing here. So if lying flat on your back does not feel good to you, please make yourself comfortable. Relax your body, let the floor hold yourself. Okay? Try not to hold any muscle tension, relaxing those legs, let the feet flop open, relax your hips, relax your spine, relax your jaw. We hold a lot of tension there. We're going to breathe in through your nose and exhale out through your nose. Breathing in nice and deep. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. A little deeper now. Deeper breath, filling it up. And then exhale, releasing any tension, stress, anxiety, and worry. Let's go again. Deep breath in. Letting go tensions, stressors. One more time. Breathe in. And let it release. All right, guys, taking your time to coming up. It's a pleasure being here with you all today. Guys, take your time. Don't forget, we got wipes in the back to wipe off whatever we used. And we'll see you when I see you next time. As always, I like to hear what your favorite exercise was, or maybe your least. Sometimes that's it.